What's up, everyone? Welcome to EDC Fanatics. If you are new here and interested in knives, EDC gear, and firearms that are of high quality but affordable, definitely hit the subscribe button so you will not miss weekly videos of unboxings, testings, and reviews of all kinds of EDC gear, knives, and firearms. You will not want to miss it. All right, with that being said, let's get into the purpose of today's video. All right, guys, so today we're going to be doing a review and kind of a guide on how to use the Carbinox smartwatch. This one is the Luxe Black. I got this right about a month ago. Big fan of it. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So it is made out of aerospace aluminum and titanium. So it's pretty strong. Really like it. Like the design, the color, and how all the metal feels. It is very strong. So there you can see it'll come on with motion detector. But yeah, so this is the home screen. You have about 50 million options on what you want your home screen to be. This is just the one I like the most. So from the home screen, you can swipe right, you can swipe left with a little mini menu. You can swipe down to see a kind of a whole settings layout, and you can swipe up to see messages. So the touchscreen works really well. As I said, we can swipe here. So this would change the lighting. You can see I'm adjusting it right there. You can go into deeper settings, all that good stuff. You can turn the vibrator on and off. So it doesn't have an actual sound for notifications. It just has a strong vibration, which I think is pretty cool. You can set a timer, you can take a photo. Obviously it tells you your battery. Let's see. So the next thing is the steps. They all also provide kind of a little last 24 hours, what you're doing today, that kind of thing. Next, so you can do sleep. I don't wear it in my sleep, so I don't really have any data, but checks your heart rate. I actually just finished a run a little bit ago, so my heart rate was higher. But oops, let me get back to it. So you can kind of see everything there, just like all the other ones. Here's an exercise. For exercise, you can see how many different activities it has that you can set it to, so it can have the most accurate calorie count for you and calories burnt and all kind of stuff like that. You can see that also has a graph. Weather is showing not paired right now. That's because I don't have it connected. Shutter, and you can take a photo. You just press that button and it'll take a photo from your phone at wherever it's looking at right now. You can check your blood oxygen level. You can see the charts on that. And you can start and stop music and change the song. So that's kind of a really easy flip through of what all this little watch can do. I mean, I really like it because it's simple compared to an Apple Watch. Yeah, I guess you could say it can't do quite as much. It can see text and it can see calls. You can only read the text. You can't type on it. And for calls, you can either decline the call or get your phone out and accept the call. For me, I actually really like that because I had never worn a smartwatch before, and I just don't really see myself, sitting here and typing out a little response on my watch. But I'm happy just to see who it was quick, to see if I'm going to get my phone out or not to respond right away. I guess one thing I didn't focus very on is this kind of mini menu. You can go straight to running, sleep, text messages, your heartbeat, and the photos. And usually if I were connected, it would tell me what the temperature is right here. And of course it has the time and the date, just like my regular home screen does. Yeah, overall, I really like it, guys. The band itself is actually really comfortable. It's really flexible, but really strong. I mean, I definitely know I could not rip it. And it's locked in there really well for the 2 bolts. So, I mean, yeah, there's kind of a layout of the bottom. Obviously, this does all the sensing for the heart rate and the blood pressure and stuff like that. And this is the little charger. It's just a little magnetic thing that clips right on there. Charges really nice. Speaking of charging, I definitely want to talk about the battery. So you can see right now it's telling me I'm at, let's see if it'll focus, there we go, 14%. They advertise that the battery will last a week. In my experience, mine has lasted me 10 days to 11 per charge. As I just showed you, it's on 14%, and today is day 9 or 10. I actually can't remember, but 14% would definitely get me at least another 24 hours for sure. I would say it loses just about 10% a day. I think it's more like 8. So they kind of outdid themselves on the battery. It actually does even better than they advertise. I think a week was kind of a guaranteed for them. As far as the external buttons, it's very simple. It has a power button and a back button. So if I swipe this way, if I press back, it'll just take me back, yep. Okay, and then if you, I did forget to mention this as well. If you double press back, it kind of blows up the side screen. Just another way to look at everything. Yeah, really, really cool. I just love how simple it is. There's not too much to do on it. They made a smartwatch smart. It can do a lot, has a really nice battery, but it's still so simple. I kind of feel like I could give this to like my grandma or grandpa, for example. A lot of us, grandma, grandpas, elderly people, they barely even know how to use their smartphone if they have one, which is perfectly fine. It's just their generation. But point being, I feel like I could give this to one of them and they would actually like it because it is still so simple. And it is extremely heavy duty. I have watched videos on this thing where people were dropping 10-pound dumbbells on it, doing a water test, a freeze test. I personally have not done those exact tests. I have dropped it. I've beat it up. I had a dog, actually, was playing with a dog, and its jaw clamped down on me, and it did catch the watch. It caught a little nick right there, but it was literally a lab that really bit it. So I really can't complain too much, but I've banged it against doors, against walls, worked out with it, hit against a tree as well, and it's done really fine. As far as a liquid test, I actually accidentally spilled chocolate milk all over it. Rinsed it with water, wiped it, and it cleaned just fine. So it can even survive other stuff like chocolate milk. No stains or anything like that. Completely functional. I have jumped in water with it as well. It did perfectly fine in that. So in my opinion, and to my standards and my current, I guess you'd call it 1 month opinion or review, it's held up in the durability that it says it will. They also offer, I believe it says 30 days, like guaranteed. If it's not the toughest watch you have, they'll replace it or give you money back. Based on the experience I have with them, I think they would do even past 30 days. But yeah, overall, a great watch. I do want to show you all the box that it came in because I was honestly very impressed in just the box itself. So the box, I think, was a really nice design. I'm going to open it. Let's see. So you get this. And I'm bothering showing you guys this because they put a lot of effort into the box as well. Mine actually also came with a couple wipes. This is a little cover to put over the glass. I didn't even feel like that was necessary because I knew how strong it was going to be. That was kind of an extra. I didn't even know I was getting that, so that's cool. Obviously came with an instruction manual. It just shows you that you do connect to the app. The app is where you can really customize all your settings, pick which home screen. You can see there's another option, an American flag with a bald eagle one. I had that one for a while, and I think that's cool as well. But very simple little instructions. Couple other things. Very nice little thanks for shopping card. Yeah, I think they also did a thing where like they're telling you a little present's waiting for you. I believe it's just a additional % off for your next purchase, so that's nice. But yeah, it came wrapped inside this thing. It was sitting right like this. So when you opened it, this is kind of first what it looked like. That's pretty nice packaging. I've said this in a knife review before. If a company goes the extra mile for the packaging and they really made the whole presentation look nice, besides that the exact product they were providing, then they really cared about what they were making and what they were sending to customers. So I took that as a good sign before I even used it. I knew it at least wasn't going to be terrible. And the last thing I want to talk about is the price, which really blows me away. So on their website, they do the classic little, they have a price, they have that swiped off, and they say it's on sale. That might be temporary, but it has been on sale for 2 months now. So I'm starting to think that's kind of a price that you're going to find it often, which is $79.99. That's mainly why I had some suspicion about it. I mean, I was like, you're telling me that you have a strong smartwatch that can do all the features you're saying it can, and the battery's going to last me a week, and it's $80. I was just struggled to believe it. I was curious. I was expecting like, oh, I bet the battery only lasts 4 days, or something on it isn't really going to work well, or maybe it's not quite as strong as they said. But so far, it has been everything they said it was, and that's exactly what I paid, like $80 for this watch. That is also why I'm highly recommending it. If you've seen any of my other videos, I do kind of focus on maybe budget friendly, or the point being that you don't always have to buy the most expensive. So I guess kind of competition for this watch, I don't want to say Garmin, because it simply can't do everything a Garmin watch can do. You could say Apple, but Apple's kind of always its own thing. But as far as other smartwatches that I can think of, this beats it in price, it beats it in battery, and it also beats it in durability for sure. I mean, I just really have liked the last month being able to go about and do whatever I want to do, and I wasn't worried that my watch was going to get soaking wet or cracked or damaged or anything like that. But yeah, if you guys have anything to say about these, definitely let me know in the comments. I'd be curious if anyone else has one of these. I think they're a fairly new product. This, as I said, this is the Luxe Black. If you check out their website, which I'll go ahead and link this one down in the description. But if you check out their website, this is actually the second smallest one we have. You can see the size there, and there's like my finger on it. So I've had a couple people like, wow, that looks pretty big, but I don't mind it. I don't think they have any smaller than this. You can see the thickness as well. So it's not super slim, but again, I really don't mind if it's a little beefy, because I know if I bang it up, nothing's going to happen to it. But this is the Luxe Black. This is, I think, the cheapest one. That's the other thing I was so impressed with. This is their cheap one, so I can't imagine how good their other ones are. I think their best one is probably the Titan Pro that they have. That one's, I think, skinny, a little slimmer, and the screen's even bigger. And I believe it has some more features. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'd be curious if anyone else, has ever seen one of these. With that, I will see you guys next time.